Kush's movie review.
I feel like the statue when I hear that music.
Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse, animated sequel to the other Spider-Man something Spider-Verse movie, starring people.
Starring people. These are all facts, Mike Fish. This is very good. I'm glad you
I
did
do
your
my
research.
I do my
You
research.
do your research.
I leave no stone unturned. I just
Outstanding.
don't look under them. I just turn them over. You know, I like to fuck shit up, rattle some cages. Anyway,
You're good at that.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Tell them about it, Kush. Is it good? Is it bad?
It's great.
Oh,
Actually, it's fucking great. We're talking about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, as you mentioned. It is the sequel to Sony's 2018 Oscar-winning picture for Best Animated Film,
no one
Spider-Man
cares about
Into
that.
the Spider-Verse. Dude, shut your mouth. It is rated PG-13. It is 2 hours and 20 minutes long. Folks, if you've been watching the Waffle Box for any amount of time here, you know one of my major gripes is running time, length of time. How
That
much could we
motherfucker
cut
kicks
off
over
of
2 hours. You can go fuck yourself.
last week's Little Mermaid, for some reason, was nearly an hour longer than its original predecessor from 1989. This movie is 5 minutes longer than that. And guess what? I left the theater thinking I had only been there for 100 minutes. Like, they throw a lot at you. They throw a lot at you. They throw a lot at you. I never checked my watch. I checked my watch once. The opening of the film doesn't start with Miles Morales. It starts with Gwen Stacy, and it's pretty fascinating story, a fantastic story, I'd even say. And when we finally get to that title card that says Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, I'm like, holy, wow, we 20 minutes just went by. Holy shit! Like, this is a great movie. Is it better than the first film? We'll get into that in a little bit here. This
You
is
tease.
directed by three directors, which I'm not a fan of, but because it is, Joaquin, Kemp, and Justin are the directors of this. You don't get your last names, gentlemen, because there are three of you, and we're trying to save time here. It's written by three other dudes named Phil, Chris, and Dave, and it stars
Dave. What a
Shameik
guy.
Moore returns as Miles Morales, aka Spider-Man. Haley Steinfeld returns as Gwen Stacy, aka Spider Woman, aka Spider Gwen. Oscar Isaac is here as Miguel Herrera or Spider Man 2099. You know anything about the Spider Man 2099?
Is it set in 2099?
That is your correct guess. Yes,
Nailed
they
it.
in the early 90s, Marvel tried to do this whole future timeline where like they had like five or six titles with 2099. I want to say like Iron Man was a part of it, but anyways, Spider-Man 2099. And I just went like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Anyways, we never got into it, so I don't know anything about it other than that. However, Oscar winner Daniel Kaluuya comes in as Hobie Brown. He plays Spider Punk and is actually he might be the best thing in this film. He's every scene he's in, you fucking love him. And then Jason Schwartzman plays the motherfucking Spot. It's he starts off as a wimp, he starts off as a joke, but then like the stronger he gets, the stronger his powers get, and the more devious he gets, and you're like, holy shit, this guy is fucking terrifying. Like this is an amazing film. So is it better than that first movie? You know what? No, it's not better than the first Spider-Man movie. However, it is goddamn great still. I'm going to emphasize that, Mike Fish, every time. This is a great movie. What I don't like about it is we're left with a cliffhanger, which seems to be a trend this year with movies. It's not setting up for a sequel, it's a full stop. Come back in 1 to 3 years and we'll show you the rest of this story.
Ugh.
I'm really getting tired of that. It was why I gave Fast X the review I gave it. Guess what? We have to endure this with Mission Impossible 7 in a few weeks. And that's going to be Mission Impossible 7 Part 1. Um, Now, as I mentioned, the previous movie from 2018 won the Academy Award for Best Animated Film. So obviously there was going to be a sequel, and I think I knew there was going to be three of these, but I figured they would just be three separate movies. So the fact that we're getting a Spider-Verse 3, not surprising, but I really hate that we didn't. This should have been its own story. This should be a self-contained thing, or at least end better. Um, what I mean by that, this is getting a lot of comparisons to The Empire Strikes Back, which is, by the way, a popular comparison for any sequel where a trilogy has a good run. Um, this is not The Empire Strikes Back. It has some dark moments, has some terrifying moments, has a lot of interesting moments and captivating moments, and moments where I was just on my seat like this, watching my giant RPX screen. Um, But unlike The Empire Strikes Back, this is a full stop. Come back in 1 to 3 years, and we'll tell you how the rest of this shit ends.
Knock
In
that
The Empire
shit off.
Strikes Back, sure, Han Solo gets kidnapped by Boba Fett. That's the biggest problem. Like, Luke Skywalker still has a fight with Darth Vader and survives. Sure, he loses his hand, but he survived. The Millennium Falcon and Billy D. Williams and Carrie Fisher, they get away from the Empire, and it's but like there's everything is wrapped up. Like if Return of the Jedi never happened, you'd be like, oh, I guess we're never going to hear from Han Solo again. I don't know. Like I like him, but whatever. It happens. Um, this is a full stop. This is a to be continued. And I mean, Back to the Future 2 didn't even do that. Like, it's there was a full movie here, and if we didn't get a Back to the Future 3, we're like, oh shit, Marty McFly is stuck in 1955. What are you gonna do? However, that's my biggest complaint about it, dude. Like already, as I said, this movie was over an hour longer than I thought it was. Like I literally like I didn't I enjoyed myself the entire time. It gets crazy. This is the multiverse, which I'm getting tired of the multiverse. However, the folks who did this did a great job with it. When we get to multiverse, it's literally different animation styles conflicting and contrasting with each other. If you had a problem with the 2018 Spider-Verse and its animation style, I don't think you're going to enjoy this one either. I think they improve on the effects, but they make them different. They make them sharper. They make them more versatile. At one point, Spider Punk is literally just disassembled flyers as a punk rock flyer would be. Okay, like he's not a traditional animated character. We see the Vulture at one point. He is literally just like mahogany and paper mache. It's but he's going up against computer animation and watercolors. Um, at some point, Lego Spider-Man pops up in this thing. Like sorry to spoil that, but fuck it, it's 5 minutes. Deal with it. It's not the movie. Um, I had a great time with this. I am looking forward to Spider-Verse 3. I just wish this Spider-Verse 2 was its own story. Um, Oscar Isaac as Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. He's a great antagonist. I wish we got more of the Spot, but guess what? We're going to get a lot more of the Spot in Spider-Verse 3. Um, Mike Fish, before I give my final rating, any questions from you?
Was Tom Holland in it?
Yes-ish.
Ooh.
Yes-ish.
That's what I wanted. I wondered if they brought in any of the live action Spider-Mans in it.
Based on that yes-ish, Toby and Andrew are also there.
Ooh. How are they? I mean, I know you're talking about like different animation styles. Are they like animated to make it look like it's them, or is it just you can? Oh, that's their voice.
They literally just took a scene from one particular movie, pick a movie that any of those three were in, between the 8 movies they were in, and it's literally just a background clip. Like every Spider-Man has had some sort of moment where he faced tragedy, and that's where he became Spider-Man. And so you'll see just like these still frames, and you'll see something from a comic book, you'll see something from a cartoon, you'll see something from one of the main three movies. It's that's what I'm talking about. Like the Ninja Turtles did this already. The multiverse is not a new thing that Marvel has created and Sony has piggybacked on. Excuse me. So it's when I say Toby and Andrew and the other boy, they're technically in it, but they're not part of it.
So it's archive footage, basically.
Thank you. Yes.
That's all my questions.
That's all your questions. All right. I sincerely enjoyed this. I want to go see it again when it is available to purchase on my Apple TV. I am going to purchase it, no questions asked, probably at $20. 25, maybe not. However, again, I hate the stop cliffhanger ending. I wish they could have done better with that, but it is what it is. So I'm giving this a very strong 4 out of 5. Like again, my biggest complaint in 100 episodes here, time length. Didn't feel a minute of it.
And that's the best type of movie. Do love those.
Yeah, man. So I dare
Were you
you
like,
not to
oh,
like
it's
this
over
movie.
already? What the fuck?
I said that. Yeah. I dare you not to like this film. Um, will it get nominated for Best Animated Film? Yes, I absolutely think so. Again, they improved on the animations from the previous one. Like they again, it's still the same style. It's also got different styles. Everything is sharper. They there's a bigger budget. Um, will it get Best Picture as a nomination? No, no, no. Settle down, Canadians. This is not going to get a Best Picture, but I believe it will get Best Animated Film. I believe it will win Best Animated Film again, 2 for 2.
Boom. It's predicting that June 7th, 2023. You heard it first. Waffle.
We have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon coming out. I want to say in July, and they are trying to use all the animation style from that 2018 film. But
Into
this
the
new one is just
Turtleverse.
again they've done that already. No
Well,
reason
should
they can't
knock
do
it
it
off.
again. Yeah, it is what it is. So next week, Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. We will not be reviewing
Thank fuck for
because I
that.
don't give a shit about the Transformers films. I like Bumblebee. I've well, I've not been interested in anything else. We will be reviewing Hulu Originals Flaming Hot, which is the industrial story of how the Flaming Hot Cheeto was created. It is
Ooh.
should be pretty cool.
Color me interested.
I invite you to be a part of that review, Mike.
Well,
Since I
now
know
if
you
now
have
it's
the
on
Hulu.
Hulu, I shall definitely check that out. And
Comes out this Friday.
Scouts on. So there you go. Flaming hot next week. But Spiderverse, Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse, Across the Spiderverse. What was his final score?
Incredibly strong 4 out of 5.
Check it out. But it's now time to wrap things up. By the way, just full stop endings.
That's dumb.
I mean, I know Warner Brothers has made this a habit. They did that with Twilight. They did that with Harry Potter. I think they even did. Whoever did the Hunger Games did that. Knock this shit off, guys. This is. It takes way too long to make a movie. Like we want. I know Marvel did it with Infinity War, and then we got Endgame a year later. But I don't. I can't see us getting Spider-Verse 3 next summer.
Did Marvel do it in Infinity Wars? Was it really that?
And Infinity War was well. So yes, actually, thank you for correcting me. Infinity War actually had its own ending. Okay, we lose. Humanity loses.
Yeah.
Life loses. Okay, and if we never got an end game, that would have been that movie. Thanos won. That was that story.
I think it
So
just
thank you
seemed
for
like a
correcting me.
full stop ending because it was so like out of the blue. Like, wait, there's no happy ending. What the fuck?
We don't need a happy ending, but you are correct, man. Infinity War had an ending at least. This leaves literally on a cliffhanger where our champion is in peril.
Fuck that.
So I'm not going to tell you how he's in peril, but guess what? He's in peril.
Nipple clamps. That'll be it.
That's that.
You never get a stranger tie you up. They will mug you and leave you.
Facts. Hashtag facts. Waffle box facts.
Just the facts, ma'am.
That's all, folks.